Hello, Loveland. I'm Mike Meldon, and this is your Loveland Weekly Podcast, brought to you by Gina Dubell-Smith, eXp Realty, and Stone Pillar Farm. Today we're going to do a little something different. Two reasons. Number one, we have a new team member coming along, and we have a team member that's been here for a little bit that hasn't really been introduced. So I thought we'd take today, get to know these two team members that make the Loveland Weekly Podcast. And the first one you're going to meet is Alyse. She has been my second, actually, group. The first, I had two students for the first 4 months or so of the podcast from Loveland, kind of tag teaming the high school update. And then when this school year started, Alyse took it on, and she has done a phenomenal job. So I thought, let's get to know her a little bit more as she's about to take on the job for another year and as she enters her senior year. And then next, we are going to meet Chris, and Chris is coming on as our sports guy. We talk about sports here a little bit, but Chris reached out to me because he has a passion for this and really wants to talk about local sports and Cincinnati sports, both through the podcast. And so I met Chris, things went great, and I thought, let's get this together. So you're going to be hearing a lot more from Chris also with things on Loveland High School sports, local Little League teams, and also the Bengals and the Reds and FC Cincinnati and etc. So I'm really excited about these new changes, and I'm really excited that Alyse is coming back for her senior year. So let's step right in and get to know both of them. Today is May 15th, 2024.
Hello, Loveland. It's Emily Barlow, your local publisher of Loveland Lifestyle Magazine. It's a great time of year. So many amazing things are happening in Loveland. It's warm, it's sunny, and there's really no better place to be. And we at Loveland Lifestyle love covering all of the happenings. In addition to any new businesses opening, awesome new ventures that people are focusing on. We love covering everything Loveland, and we love partnering with new businesses. So if you're a new business and you've been thinking about working with Loveland Lifestyle, or maybe you're someone who would love to get a copy but it's not delivered directly to your door, you can always reach out to us through our website, citylifestyle.com/Loveland. We'd love to hear from you.
So, my name's Alyse. I'm a current junior at Loveland High School. I'll be a senior soon, in a few weeks. I'm on the cross country and track team, and I also work at a summer camp in the summers, which is definitely a big thing that I do. I'm very involved in school. I'm the president of the Women in Business Club. I'm in a ton of AP and honors classes. But outside of school, I really just like to hang out with my friends and read and travel a lot. So there's a lot of different things going on right now with college applications, but right now I'm just trying to have a lot of fun in my last year at Loveland.
You mentioned that you are the president. I missed that part. What are you the president of?
Co-president's more like it, but I'm the president of the Women in Business Club at my school, which we have guest speakers every month, and they from multiple different fields of business that are women in different sectors of the business world. So like small business ownership, corporate business, financial planning, and stuff like that. And they just come in and talk about their jobs.
Where do you go, and where's the camp that you work at?
Yeah, I go to YMCA Camp Ernst. I started out as a camper there when I had finished up 5th grade and I was going into my 6th grade year. And last summer I was a lifeguard there, and this summer I'm going to be a camp counselor, so I'm super excited for that.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. It's great experience for anything that you're going to do. And speaking of, you said you were looking into applying at colleges. Where are you looking to go, possibly?
Oh my gosh, there's a whole big list. I'm a very indecisive person, so right now I'm trying to work it down from a list I've had since like 8th grade. I think at this point I've gone on like 16 college tours or something, but I think I'll figure it out pretty soon. But as of right now, I'm not 100% sure.
If you had to name your top 3, what would they be?
Oh my gosh. Both of my parents went to Purdue, so I've always been a big Purdue fan. I also toured Notre Dame, and I really liked it there. And then I like the South and like the mountains, so North Carolina was a big one for a while, but I'm not really sure at the moment.
That's awesome. Sounds like no matter what, you'll be in good shape. What direction do you want to go? What are you thinking about as being a major or career focus?
So right now I'm thinking about majoring in something business related, which is kind of why I started women in business at school and why I did I'm on the student athlete leadership team and I did sponsorship type stuff. But I also, like I said, I really like reading, so I wanted to minor in English so that I could keep reading a lot and keep that going as well.
Just curious, who are some of your favorite authors?
Oh geez, I don't really know if I have a favorite author per se. I've been reading a lot of different books recently, but let's see, gosh. I really I just read The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I think she's a really good writer. And then I also really I'm blanking on her name right now, but A Tree Grows in Brooklyn is one of my favorite books. So the girl that wrote that, I think it was Betty something, but I'm not quite sure at the moment. And then Anne of Green Gables is just such a good book, so I really like Lucy Montgomery.
Awesome. Oh yeah, Donna Tartt's book, I read that, A Secret History. Phenomenal book. Very, very cool book. I would recommend, if you've have you ever read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley?
Yeah, I actually just finished that one this weekend. That was a good one.
No way.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was good. It took me a while to read because I had to study for so many AP tests that I didn't really have time to read it. But I thought it was really cool. I really liked the full circle aspect of it and how it started in kind of an odd way, but then came back to being in the ice caps at the end.
Yeah, I just think that so many people don't understand. They think they know the story, and they don't. They really are missing that. Man, I don't know. I just think there's so much in that book. I mean, and she was 19 years old when she wrote it. There's so much about the book and its theme, and that just amazes me. It's probably one of my top 5, I think, out there.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. The last 3 or 4 pages where he had that one speech, I just couldn't stop. It was so good.
Awesome. All right. So, how do you foresee what are your plans for your senior year? How are you gonna make the best of it?
I really just think that I'm gonna not let any opportunity shy away. I'm gonna take every opportunity that I'm given. I've gone to Loveland since kindergarten, so I've definitely known all these people for a long time, and I think just keeping those relationships strong throughout senior year and not taking any of them for granted is something that I'm really aiming to focus on the next year.
Attention Ohio drivers and homeowners. Are you experiencing historic insurance premium hikes? Don't fret. Contact Mike at the CIC Agency for personalized assistance. With competitive rates, comprehensive options, and superior service, CIC Agency has got you covered. Reach out to Mike at 513-684-7900 or email Mike at cincyins.com. That's Mike at cincyins.com for the best insurance solutions in Cincinnati and beyond. Navigate these changes together with CIC Agency.
Yeah, so my name's Chris Ball. I grew up in Loveland since the 6th grade, and been a lifelong Ohio sports fan, especially Reds and Bengals, and came back to the area after living in Chicago for 6 years in 2018, and have been living in Loveland since then. And I think I just want to have the opportunity, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to talk about some of the Cincinnati sports that we have, especially because it's been a really interesting time with the Reds getting so much younger. I remember last year, I think the first half of the season, the Reds started off so terribly and everyone was ready for another abandoned ship for this season, and then they started to call up McLean, and then you called up CES, and then eventually with Ellie, it really revitalized the city in a way that I hadn't seen for a long time in terms of Reds baseball in the summer. So that was really when I first started to get the itch to get myself out there and to start talking more about sports. I grew up in Loveland and also played football for the high school team for 4 years, and then I played football at DePaul University in Greencastle, Indiana. So I have some, knowledge of sports firsthand, and I'm not under any illusions that I'm a guru, but just to hear everyone's opinion on sports, I love to talk about it and to get everyone's viewpoints, and I think it's just a great way for especially people in the Loveland community to come together and talk about some of the things that they like to see from their local sports teams and some of my own opinions. So that's kind of what I hope to achieve with the podcast here, more from a local Loveland perspective than plenty of great podcasters out there for the Bengals and Reds, but more of a Loveland focus is what I'm hoping to get out of this.
Yeah, you've done a little bit of work with Loveland Magazine, correct?
Yeah, they were nice enough to take me on. I just submit, some articles for them whenever I can. Topics of interest. I think Loveland has, the magazine especially, has a really robust sense of what it's like to be in the Loveland community. They didn't have a dedicated sports writer, I think, for events outside of Loveland High School and Loveland High School sports. So I thought that was kind of an area I could help out with, and just try to get as many articles as I could out there. And I think the feedback I've gotten personally has been very good from people on the website and on Facebook and things like that. I mean, I think there's definitely a market out there for people in Loveland who read the magazine, who maybe like to put their own voice out there.
Right.
And it's been a nice opportunity. I'm very happy to have that as well.
Yeah, hopefully that you can, both of these can work out together. Hopefully you can keep your spot there at the magazine and get your written word out. And then once a week, people can hear your voice, and you can speak to more timely things. Maybe what just happened after the Reds game, or what just happened after the Bengals game, or what quick moves are going on, or have local interviews, which will be really cool, and hear other people talk.
Right, and there's a lot of great people in Loveland, as you mentioned especially, that we love to talk to. I remember back when I was growing up, Matt Hamill was my era. I wrestled against Matt Hamill in high school, and he just was an amazing athlete, and he's got a great story. And there's plenty of people from Loveland who have those same stories that we'd love to highlight and talk to and try to find information on and bring that to the people who want to hear it. So
yeah, I think that's great. My bandwidth, as I talked about, I think 2 episodes ago, it's a little strained, and so I have Alyssa at the high school, who is a big help. She brings the Loveland unofficial high school update each week to bring a little bit of news there. And then when you reached out to me, I thought, this is perfect. This is great. We're going to get a little bit more content to each week, and somebody else's voice instead of my own. And so I welcome this big change, and hopefully, we can do this for a little while.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, and I think I don't want to make light of it, but one of the easiest things in the world is to sit around and talk about sports.
Definitely.
People love to do it, and it's really fun, and you don't have to be an expert. Just come say what you see and what you think, and it's a great way to meet people and talk about some fun things, especially as Cincinnati sports continue to get much better. And I have to say, for the record, I'm a Michigan fan for all the Ohio State people out there, unfortunately. So I'm happy to talk about that whenever. Cavaliers, too. So I'm a big Cavaliers fan, having spent some time in Akron during the LeBron years. So big Cavaliers game tonight. So, happy to talk about any kind of sports that people would like to talk about. I have a friend I'm hoping to bring on the podcast soon he's an encyclopedic fan of Bearcat sports.
Awesome.
Basketball and football. It's insane how much the man knows, and I'd love to get him on here and get his takes with the football season coming up. And I think it would be nice to get him on and FC Cincinnati. To the extent I'm knowledgeable about soccer, I love to talk about them. I know it's a really fun topic as well, so I think we'll try to hit all the local sports as much as possible.
And then maybe too, we can integrate some live things on Facebook Live and this and that someday too. As we morph into this and as we play with it a little bit, we can. See.
I think that'd be interesting. And I know personally, Friday nights is a tough night for anyone with families, but the high school football games. I think there's an area there for people to get out and start talking about those games and trying to really hype up the Loveland team. I know when I was playing football for them, it was always cool to have the fans more involved, and now it's easier than ever to talk to the players and talk to the coaches and get their feelings on the season or the game or whatever it may be. So a whole new load of opportunities there.
I agree. I think we got a lot of things that we can do together and take this. It's not just a weekly thing, but we can make it a lot more than that. So I'm excited. Why don't you tell people a little bit? You mentioned you were from here. You mentioned you went your college. Now that you're here, what your family, your career, what are you up to? What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm an attorney. My firm is in Chicago. So I get to work from home, which is a nice aspect of my life. It allows me more time to do stuff like this, which is kind of cool. My wife works for a company that sells manual wheelchairs and also specialized wheelchairs for people that have had strokes or Parkinson's, things like that. So she also works from home from time to time, so it's a good deal. My daughter is 7 years old. She'll be moving on to the third grade here in a few weeks at Loveland. So the same schools that I got to go to, she's going to as well. So we're usually in downtown Loveland also, and it's a separate issue, but we're big craft beer fans. So if we ever have anyone that likes craft beer, we're happy to talk about that as
maybe
well.
We have some live events from Narrow Path, right?
Narrow Path or, Cappies. We're big fans of
those.
Yeah,
I love them both. Yeah.
So downtown Loveland's very vibrant, especially this time of year. Mm-hmm. So we can be found down there pretty much every weekend. So that's basically, I have just one daughter, so pretty tight family unit. We always hang out and do stuff together, and they're very supportive of this. So that's the family aspect of things. We've been in the community for a long time and look forward to giving back to it a little bit more.
Looking ahead in Loveland, Love Our Land is having their Sidewalk Safari on May 24th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. You sign up for the time you'd like to go on the safari. You meet at Hometown Cafe right there in the middle of Loveland, and Doug will take you out to explore the nature all around us in downtown Loveland. Members are free with the member code, and children under 9 are free with the ticketed adult. Sign up today at www.loveourland.org. You don't want to miss the Sidewalk Safari. We have something truly special here in Loveland. Thank you for listening and have a great week. With the support of On Brand Studios, this episode was recorded, produced, and engineered by Mike Meldon. And please note that the opinions expressed in the podcasts do not necessarily represent the views of our sponsors or organization.